Welcome to Give Me 5 Minutes, WTM Africa's on-site podcast, where we capture the pulse of the show floor with dynamic conversations. I am your host, Andela Mlandu, broadcasting live from our very own Soundgarden recording studio. Let's dive in. Joining me today is Tom Chapman, the CEO of Local Leo. Welcome to our Soundgarden.
Thanks, Andela. It's lovely to be here.
Can you please tell us a little bit about some of the products that you feature in your business?
Absolutely. So Local Leo is an e-commerce store designed for tourists where they can purchase local brands and African artifacts. We are a platform that showcases the diverse and unique craftsmanship of Africa, not just within South Africa, but across its borders. And we want to promote the vendors that are listed on the platform and really give them a platform to tell their story, and for tourists to be able to interact with vendors across the continent. And it doesn't matter whether they're visiting one country or are visiting a particular town that the vendor might be based in. It's cross borders and allows vendors and artisans to connect with tourists in a meaningful way.
What makes these products so unique? I mean, what makes them so special? How do you go about choosing them?
Yeah, well, we just got started. It's our first year, so it's a bit of a snowball effect now. The bigger we get, the more craftsmen and artisans tell each other about Local Leo. So it's very much word of mouth at the moment. But I think it's just about how unique and gifted the artisans, the variety of artisans are within Africa. And we've got such a diverse array of different products on the platform, anything from safari wear to African jewelry to African artifacts. And really, if you provide a certain craft and it's truly African, then we want to showcase that. So it's not that we focus on one particular area. We've got decor, art, jewelry, a whole bunch of different categories. We've got over 3,500 products at the moment across 27 vendors. If you're a tourist or even a local looking to purchase and support African artisans, then Local Leo is the place for you.
What is that process if I want to get my products onto the Local Leo platform?
They can reach out to us on our website. There's a vendor registration form there. We then vet every vendor to make sure that the craft that they're doing has a aspect that's related to Africa, whether it's designed or made in Africa. We know that a lot of vendors are importing their materials and stuff because a lot of it is in major, but it needs to have an African element. We can't have individuals creating and getting it made overseas and then brought in. So it needs to have an African element, and it needs to be have a story behind it and supporting Africa in many ways.
We hear a lot of buzzwords, local is lacquer, keeping it local. There's a lot that happens where people, showcase African products. I love what you mentioned about uplifting entrepreneurs and uplifting communities, because I think, the economic crisis that we're in as a continent, I think it's important to empower and build communities. Why is it so important to you to have local entrepreneurs showcasing some of their products?
Well, I think that Africa's always trailed behind the rest of the world. Not just Africa, but a lot of developing continents have trailed behind. And now that we have caught up, and a lot more artisans have access to the internet and can showcase their products, we are discovering a whole array of entrepreneurs from different places, and anyone can now sell on the internet, whether you're based in the northwest of South Africa or in Cape Town or in Ghana, etc. You can now reach the world via the internet, and that is a beautiful thing. And now we're discovering so many talented artisans, and Local Leo really is just allowing them to basically reach an audience, and we are there just to connect them. We're not the heroes. Local Leo is not the hero. We are there as a guide to connect buyers and sellers. The heroes are both the tourists being able to access beautiful African artifacts, as well as the vendors being able to access an international market. So that's where Local Leo sits in the entrepreneurship side of things.
And where can we find Local Leo? On social media platforms, on the website? How do we connect with you?
So we do have a social media presence, localleo.co. and then yes, online at localleo.shop.
Awesome. That was Tom Chapman, the CEO of Local Leo. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom, and we'll see you on the floor.
Thank you, Andela.
Turn any space into a content powerhouse. With Orange Orbit's mobile podcast studio, we bring the full setup to you. Professional mics, multi-camera video, and an on-site technician. Perfect for exhibitions, events, and brand activations. You focus on the conversation. We handle the rest. Recording, editing, and delivery ready for your channels. Orange Orbit Productions. Real conversations, real content, anywhere.